Hi guys! Those are really exciting times for us Redstoners at the moment. Just hours after I released a video on the instant dropper elevator yesterday, Gijo showed something on the Reddit which makes my old design more or less obsolete. So he showed if you put redstone dust on top of observers and have repeaters facing into the droppers, and the observers are also facing in the right direction, so upwards, it would send the items through instantly. You can see here it shoots out the items. So previously, in the other design, I had to go up and back down again to get the correct order. But it seems like in the east-west direction, it works like this. So this only works like this in the east-west direction. North-south doesn't work. And this is the original design he showed on the Reddit. It's a little bit flawed because it's directional, but also locational. In most of the cases, it actually doesn't work. So if I put in items here, the repeaters always get stuck. And yeah, here's a fix how you can solve this issue. First of all, you can make the side on the left here a little bit more compact. You can do it like this. And on the right, what I did here, instead of having the observer block facing in that direction and have one repeater on one tick here, so that's when it gets stuck, I have the observer block facing that direction, and if I put in a repeater on 2 ticks, it would work. You can see it shoots out the item at 18,000 items per hour. So tested this in many different locations. Most of them it works. So here's another one where it works. And in some locations it's a little bit slow. So if you take a look at here, the repeaters are quite slow. But what I can do in those locations to fix it is just redirect everything. So observer block again facing that direction, repeater on 2 ticks, and put in the items again. As you can see here, then you would again transfer items at 18,000 items per hour. I also made this design here, which is super compact. It's just 1x4 based on Gijo's design. It can transfer up to 9,000 items per hour. So in most cases this should be enough. And it's a huge advantage that it doesn't use any external clock. So let's put in a few redstone dust at the bottom here, 8 pieces, and as you can see, all of them get transferred upwards. It has a slight problem. If you put in multiple or 3 items, then one item would get stuck here in this dropper. But this fixes itself once you put in more items. Then all of them would be up again. You can see before. If you don't want to have this to happen, you could do a small fix, but the item elevator wouldn't be as silent anymore and also slower. You could add a repeater on 2 here and a dust right here. Now if I put in a multiple of 3, let's do 6, then nothing would get stuck anymore. And all of them get transferred upwards. After working with all those directionality issues, I had an idea how to make the instant dropper lines a little bit better in some directions. So here we have something that worked in 110 and below. If you power those droppers from the right side, let's put in redstone dust here, it would shoot them through instantly. And this only worked on a north-south axis and didn't work east-west. So you could use the same principle of the observer blocks now. So let's put in some dust here and it would shoot out the item instantly. This system has the advantage that you, first of all, don't need to use any redstone dust, which is quite laggy. And of course, redstone dust has the limit of the single strength 15, which is no problem with the observer block. So this would be a really nice instant dropper line in the north-south axis. So what are we going to do in the east-west direction? We could do something like this and use pistons to get the correct update order. So with items in this dropper, of course, the other ones are empty. And this would work, but it's not that great, to be honest. Still, if you only want to use a single observer line in one direction, this is an alternative. The other alternative is something that Aussie33 showed, is to have one line of observers going that direction and then back in the other and place them above the droppers, and they're powered by quasi-connectivity. Items in here, let's put in some. And this would also work. The items get shut out. So yeah, depends what you want. If you just need to transfer a single item at sometimes and you don't have a lot of quads, this is something you could do, or something like this. Yeah, both systems have their advantages and disadvantages. So for observer blocks, you, for example, need to use quads, which isn't you can only farm it manually, and it's not renewable. Pistons and redstone is renewable and can be easily farmed. So back to the item elevator. This is probably as compact as it gets, and unfortunately it's not titleable, because if you power the droppers with strong power, of course, if you put it right next to each other, you get issues with quasi-connectivity. I'm at the moment working on a titleable version, and I also want to make a test how laggy observer blocks are. So what's laggy? I have a chain of 10,000 observer blocks, or use redstone or Rails instead. So those will be probably my next two videos. I hope this was useful for you. Have a good day. Bye bye.